For your elimination tattoo, you'll be using your color skills to create an American traditional tattoo. This style became popular during the turn of the 18th century by sailors who would frequent the tattoo shops.
A great American traditional tattoo should have a lot of black, very clean outlines, bright colors with a limited palette.
When they say traditional tattoo, I have to do like a single bold line, like 4 colors, like very simple, you know what I mean? I'm really bummed right now. Being that American traditional tattoos were done with 5 or 6 colors only, ultimately I feel that it's a cop-out. Super simple, which is like the hardest thing for me. I make tattoos as complex as I can make them. I've spent a lot of years working on color blends, and this is really taking things backwards.
It's American traditional, real simple. It's got to be bold.
My pasty skin finally comes in handy for something.
My goal is in 5 hours, get done about 5 tattoos.
This is your first American traditional tattoo?
This is the first. This is definitely out of my element. But with like a good solid tattoo foundation, anyone who could tattoo the right way should be able to do traditional. I was able to use traditional style subject matter. That's really all I can do, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, that's it. Time's up. Machine's down.
Not one other person in here did what was told of them to do. They didn't simplify enough. It's American traditional.
Your job was to do an American traditional tattoo. We will be judging you on color and how well you stuck to the American traditional style. Billy, this was your actual first American traditional.
I fought it all night. Going in with the very limited palette is not something I've really ever done.
The outline is kind of weak. Traditional tattooing, generally, a really strong outline is pretty important.
This is a fine line tattoo, it looks like to me. There is nothing bold about this. The only thing bold about it is the blanket, solid sea of red that you might as well just color his whole leg red. The lettering looks very stiff inside that banner. The "but we" almost looks like one word to me.
I disagree.
Lettering and tattooing is so important. I mean, that's the message of this tattoo.
There's no traditional tattoo that has opaque gray and a wing.
There's no opaque gray.
Well, what is that stuff?
I used brown, black, blue, red.
What's in between the black and the middle and the long part of the wing?
That's brown.
That's brown?
That's brown. That's straight brown.
Whatever it is, it's straight wrong.
Josh? How was this for you?
The whole first year of my apprenticeship, all I could do is go through books, trace them out, tattoo them exactly how they are.
Thank God somebody's doing a traditional tattoo here. You packed a lot of black in, you put the color where it should be, and it looks bright.
Instead of doing one in an hour and then sitting down and smoking cigarettes the rest of the time, you gave the guy 6 tattoos.
You took good, solid, clean images that have stood the test of time for 100 years. You didn't nitpick with a bunch of little frilly details. You didn't take it to the limit with a bunch of fancy, lighter colors. You did exactly what it was expected.
In this group of 4, there's a top 2 and there's a bottom 2. Josh, you had the tattoo of the day, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You were smart. You went bold, and it's clean.
The client told you what they wanted, you gave him 6 of what he wanted, and you did some nice traditional work. You can thank your mentor for this one.
Yes.
Billy, you didn't do a traditional tattoo. This is probably the most disappointing tattoo of the day. You said this is your first traditional tattoo, man. I feel like you still haven't really done one.
I really tried to come halfway with this. I still got a bunch of black in, but, you know, I got to stick to that.
The judges have made a decision. Billy, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
This week, we're testing adaptability.
Adaptability means you need to be able to do anything outside your comfort zone, every style, anytime.
Sorry, Jesse.
In the 1940s and 50s, production tattooing was a technique developed by shop owners to complete as many tattoos as possible in a short amount of time. They found the quickest way to work was to mimic a factory assembly line and have one artist line, one artist shade, and one artist do the color. And that's exactly what you must do today.
Ooh, Lord.
Lord have mercy.
Working in teams of 3, you must tattoo an American traditional clipper ship.
Clipper ships are super challenging because there's so many long, one-pass outlines. That right there in itself is a challenge.
It's up to you as a team to decide which artist tattoos the line work, which artist tattoos the shading, and which artist tattoos the color. But once you choose, you can't switch.
Hate traditional.
You'll be judged as a team. Let's meet your canvases.
Clean.
So where are you thinking about putting this ship at?
The left thigh.
Ooh, okay.
Good spot.
Every artist in almost any genre has to be adaptable to be successful.
6 hours worth, you're gonna get a pretty big tattoo.
And today, these artists really have to work well together for the simple fact that they're being judged as one tattoo, and everything has to fall perfectly into place, or we're gonna pick it out in a minute.
All right, man.
We're gonna have a blast.
I'm just sketching.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous. I don't do American traditional at all. As much as I hate clean as a competitor, clean style is derived from traditional tattooing. Being on this team is definitely gonna work in my favor.
I'm not here to teach guys how to do traditional tattoos. If you don't have these fundamentals, get the hell out of the business.
Do the roses, I'll start this, and then we'll figure it out, meet in the middle.
Christian, is there anything you want me to work on?
Jesse helping us is the equivalent of having a 3-year-old help when you're making dinner. He can go off and do some little thing. Me and James will take care of the real work.
I can do the line work if necessary.
I'll do it.
So I'm gonna do black shading.
I mean, I'm definitely a color dude, so I feel like color would be my strength. But I'm down to do anything that anybody feels like they're not confident in. Are you listening to me?
I am.
Christian and James are pretty much shutting me out of this. It's obvious they have no respect for me as an artist.
My big concern with Jesse is if he doesn't do a lot of traditional, he's gonna overdo it or go too smooth on colors.
Getting the palette together.
Minimal, minimal, minimal. Any more colors than this, and we're in trouble. Who's this and
one
this?
plate.
Jesse, you're gonna this up,
Definitely got a big one for the set the stage, homie.
I think we should move your Waterloo over here.
I think you should move. Let me do this outline.
Working with Christian is showing adaptability because he's a turd.
Back up. Let me do this.
Around. The flags are moving in the wrong direction. I think we need to turn the flag, Christian. If the waves are pushing to the left, then the flag needs to be to the left.
You're sure about that? Because once I get done, I can't go back.
The outline is almost done, and you two old maids need to figure this out, because Ollie's gonna tear our ass up if not.
Aesthetically, I like this way better. However, if it's incorrect, then we look like assholes.
2 hours, 2 more hours.
All right, Jesse, no pressure, but everything now rests on you.
You guys took care of me.
So I'm matching this skin break right there, right?
I'd make the bottom one solid, you know?
Anthony's got me walking him through every step of the way.
All right, so what are we doing here?
A little brown off of there, a little brown off of there. Just a...
Figure it out, bro.
You gonna do the red and the sail?
Oh, whoa, that's the wrong one. That's brown, bro. God damn. I just had a heart attack.
I may not tattoo American traditional a lot, but I'm not an idiot.
The worst part is just sitting here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is it. Time's up. Machine's down. No more ink.
What do you think, Chris?
That looks badass.
That looks really good.
I thought Maddie was gonna put some black in this thing. There ain't no shading in there. It's just like... You love it or what?
Yeah, I really love it.
After looking at this tattoo, I ain't even worried about Jesse's color, because we got this thing.
Today, you had to prove your adaptability. Remember, you're being judged as a team. Clean, Maddie, and Anthony, you're up first. So, Anthony, how'd you guys find working together as a team?
Being that the topic at hand was adaptability, we all did really well. These guys are a little bit more versed in this style of tattooing. I'm a great listener, and I learned really quick. From there on out, it was pretty easy.
First off, overall, guys, I just like the tattoo. Super clean, super simple, straight to the point, exactly what traditional tattoos are meant to be. There's some areas where the color doesn't go solid up to the line. In the red against the sail, the red against the boat, a couple areas where the brown to the line of the boat, and where the red meets the front sail. It's not totally saturated up to the line. And I feel like that red glow that comes up, you lost the roundness of that shape of the horizon. You just went kind of straight up with it. There would be the area inside that front sail by the front of the ship where that red would be in behind the sails a little bit. I would have kept that red a little lower and just had it more of an arc instead of it just coming so far up. Overall, it's a good, solid take on a very simple, traditional tattoo.
Christian, Jesse, and James, you're up next.
You guys did a nice job putting the design together. I like the roses at the bottom to finish, a strong traditional look.
Didn't go overboard with too much, just kept it just the right amount of simple, but it definitely has a very strong skeleton to it.
The color's nice and strong, the balance is strong.
From a distance, the amount of color in this tattoo is nice. The problem with the red and the saturation is if you really look at those roses, you see where the red is not really just solid punch over top of the black shading in every area.
I was thinking color was gonna be pretty easy, just laying it in areas, and then once I got in there, it was a struggle for me because I felt like when you brush the red over top of the black, it kind of makes the black not as dark.
You want the red to at least saturate all the shading part of the black. You pound that red over top of that black, that was the way to go on the roses. But you have a couple areas where it's a little bit soft.
All right, guys, you've heard the judges' critiques, and both teams did solid work. All right, artists, this is your last chance to save yourself from elimination. You have 6 hours to tattoo an American traditional tiger head. And your time starts now.
I mean, I still look at these things and I'm just like, this is wrong. But I just gotta understand that it's the style.
Yep.
American traditional tiger heads, this is my comfort zone, and nobody today is gonna draw one the way that I'm going to. And that's a fact.
Yours just crazy. Like, looking at that one, I'd be like, man, that looks like Jimmy Stan's drew that tiger.
Well, that's the point.
Everyone thinks this is all I can do, but now that's all that I can do. So I need to make sure that I can do it perfect.
Looks good.
Thanks, man. I don't know how, like, straight up American traditional it is because that's just not how I think. I'm just gonna try to keep it as simple as possible.
You're right there, dude.
Now there's a shit ton of pressure on me to make sure that I don't just outdo these guys, but that I have to smoke them.
You ready to send this home?
It's gonna be a fun day.
This is a face-off between 3 people doing the same subject and same style.
You can take the day off now if you want to. Jimmy's gonna kill it. That doesn't mean I won't kill it. Jimmy's gonna get beat eventually, right?
The more you add to this challenge, the more you're gonna be judged on.
Bro, what are these lines in the tongue?
Between the
I don't
teeth?
think it makes sense.
I would take out both of these ripples and then just solid fill red. Make it as simple as you can.
It's a snaz day. You're a bad bitch and you know it.
Tell me I'm a bad bitch.
You're a bad bitch, Jimmy.
Party time.
Let's do it.
Now or never. Ready as you're gonna get, huh?
Yep.
Keep doing exactly what you're doing.
I'm just cleaning up every little nook and cranny.
Not only do I have to battle 2 veterans in this competition, but now I've got to do a style against one of the veterans who specializes in American traditional. It could take a miracle for me to pull this one off.
5 hours, guys. 5 more hours.
This is the second time now the Midwest has catered a challenge towards Jimmy. I don't think that I can out-tattoo Jimmy in his own style, but luckily, I just have to out-tattoo Raul. So you think Raul's gonna win? Who's gonna go home, me or Jimmy?
I don't know. We'll see how you do. You always trip at the end.
I trip at the end?
Yes.
I do not trip at the end.
Jason does not know how to whip shade.
No,
Not at all.
not at all.
I didn't think about it before.
Oh, I did. There's things that are not where you would think they would be with how technically sound he is.
I have 3 sons, my twins. They just all had their birthday party, and well, I was here, but and my wife's a neat freak. So I'm like, oh, I don't envy you that mess.
Nope. Being away from my boys is like one of the hardest things I've ever done. No matter how hard something might seem, I've got to lead by example. I got to show them when you start something, you finish it.
What do you think about the green in the eye?
If it was my call, I would probably do a yellow.
You think on those parts of the cheek where that's completely skin, you should whip there and right there.
Yes, I do think that.
You're not going to know how far you can go unless you try.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is it. Machines down. Time is up. No more ink. Today, you faced off in a battle for survival. Raul, Jason, and Jimmy. Based on your work, one of you will be packing your machines. Raul, we will start with you.
Real simple, you hit the mark on traditional style look. You'd have a strong, simple color palette, nice saturated black, and then you have areas of black whip shade in the nose, black whip shade in the lip. That's the kind of whip shade that we're looking for.
Wow.
But the third eye is strange. Your drawing has this really wide gap, and then your circles on those eyes, you kind of lose it, especially on the left one. And I do wish that the brown of the tiger wasn't in his teeth. That's very bizarre.
I'm not so familiar with all of the rules. That was just an aesthetic decision I made.
I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but this is the most legible thing you've shown us.
Yeah, I figured that was coming. But any compliments from you guys, I'll take that all day.
Next up is Jimmy.
What I love about this tattoo is the black. It reads very graphic, and it really stands out on this person's skin. I like how stark and how open it is, how much open skin you rely on to really capture the look of this thing.
You see that whip shade that's right off the red lip and the one that's right off the chin? That's the look. Very consistent, very strong, very rich. I mean, it looks so perfect.
Thank you.
Yes, it was good. Yeah.
Next up is Jason.
I like the illustration. It really has that vintage look to it. For me, I wish you would have whipped out your color to the edge, that brown. I wish that was just kind of fanned out a little bit.
There's nowhere where you fade from brown to skin. It's just filled in, and it just looks patchy. And then there's very little whip shading at all in the tattoo.
And I'm just a little confused about those lines, that shading style. What is that?
Well, like I whipped it out, and they kind of like accentuate the whips a little bit. It's a stylized thing. I like that it didn't look like all the same thing, you know?
That for me is a little bit of a question mark, especially because we're looking at American traditional, and I would think that would be something that would be important. Okay, judges, it is time to determine who is going home.
It's a tough one, man. 3 good tattoos. Going by the textbook, instantly, Jimmy's out of the running to go home.
Jimmy's is the most well applied.
So Jimmy's safe.
Sweet.
Yes.
So it comes down between Raul and Jason.
Jason, the brown is really where you lose me. It's a weird way to not have a whip or a fade or just a standard traditional look. My vote's for Jason.
But I have to say, design-wise, Jason does a better illustration. And I go to Raul's, that eye, man, I can't get past that thing. My vote's for Raul.
The 3 eyes, for me, are strange. I like Jason's drawing better, but whip shading is the foundation of traditional. Raul, even just with that bit of whip in the nose, is why you're here. Today, it's gonna be Jason.
The judges have decided, Jason, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
For this elimination tattoo, each of the Ink Masters will pick a style.
Oh.
You must tattoo in one of the styles called by the Ink Masters. While you tattoo your canvas, the Ink Masters will also tattoo at the same time.
Oh, head to head.
In critique, your tattoo will be directly compared to the Ink Master's tattoo in the same style. No pressure. Fail to match the master, and you must face off.
God damn.
That's
okay.
insane.
I'm gonna have to face off, feel it. It's insane to have to go up against any artist in their preferred style.
So did you pick American Traditional because you're most comfortable with it, or did you pick it because you want to compete right with Tony?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Tony is the reason I came on this competition. We have such a similar style. He has a traditional background. He made me think that I could actually win this competition, and that's what I'm here to do.
I love a traditional eagle.
Yeah, I had to give you some traditional aspects in here, you know?
Tony's ask was traditional open color palette. So I'm giving a classic eagle, but a really cool mashup skull heart to show some artistry. You gotta watch your back, Tone.
I know nobody can beat me in this style. I'm often imitated, never duplicated. To me, an American traditional color palette is usually red, yellow, sometimes olive. I picked open color palette because they might overuse a lot of colors that completely defeat the purpose of a traditional tattoo. This is a trick for sure. It's meant to bite you in the ass.
60 minutes left.
Let's peep this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's clean, dude.
I decided to go with traditional and go head-to-head with Tony.
I'm going like very traditional with the palette.
Thank you.
And it gives me the opportunity to go against Han, which I've been wanting to do.
Well, let me look at your palette.
Yeah, I'm going like one above like the 3-color palette. I never believed in that anyway. I've always been like, traditional has a feeling it's not like a rule book.
Pawn normally kills it when it comes to traditional tattoos, but I think he overthought this one because he basically did like 4 tattoos in one design, and it's really hard to read.
Yours is big too.
Not the size of the tat.
It's the quality, bro, not the quantity. Damn.
I mean, I happen to have both, so.
Okay, artists. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Time's up. No more ink.
I know you didn't have any choice in the matter, but are you at least happy that you can live with this for the rest of your life?
Absolutely.
All right, that's awesome. I don't want you to leave. I just want to stare at this tattoo.
Today, you had to tattoo in one of the styles called by the Ink Masters. If you were able to beat or match the Ink Master, you are safe from elimination. Katie and Pawn, you tattooed traditional open color palette called by Tony. Before we critique your work, let's check out Tony's tattoo.
I love looking at a badass panther tattoo. The flow and the design is awesome. I love the way it fits the body.
The face is one of the coolest faces I've seen in this type of tattooing. The use of the red and the yellow in the eye is really cool. This tattoo is bold, it is strong. It was a bold move and it paid off.
This is a timeless tattoo. It's gonna be really hard to beat this. Okay, Pawn.
I love the design. I love the eagle. I love the wings going up. I love the mouth and the beak. It looks badass, dude. Coming down into like the heart skull, there's a lot going on in it.
Simplicity and strength. That's traditional.
Traditional is more than just a rule book. It's a feeling, and I feel like it feels traditional.
Question of the day, did Pawn match the master?
The line work's amazing. The shading's amazing. So yes, I do think it matches the master.
I love the eagle, and I would have loved to see you continue that eagle all the way down. That I would have been like, that's traditional. As much as there is a traditional feel, it doesn't match the style. Pawn did not match the master.
So that's 1 yes, 1 no.
Tony's tattoo, it's timeless and it's gorgeous. I don't feel that about Pawn's tattoo. And even though I cannot say anything about the technical fundamentals, I don't like looking at it. Pawn did not quite match the master.
I vote that you did not match the Ink Master. That's 3 no's. Pawn, you are up for elimination. Katie, you're up.
Okay. I love the butterflies. I love how you made the center of them that little heart and left the negative space right on top.
You simplified it. You didn't put too many lines on that hair. You kept it exactly what it was supposed to be.
Judges, did Katie match the master?
Both tattoos are traditional. Both tattoos follow the rules. Katie did match the master.
Katie absolutely matched Tony.
Katie did match the master.
Katie, you matched an Ink Master and you are safe from elimination.
Yes.
Congrats.
Thank you, Tony. Whoa. Thank you.
Good job.